Welcome to Variant Edition, your source for comic book news and culture. I'm Lewis. Every week we bring you the best that comics has to offer. On Tuesdays, it's the latest headlines in the world of comics, and a sneak peek at what comics you shouldn't miss on Wednesday. Then later in the week, it's our regular half-hour Variant Edition, with more news, reviews, interviews, and, well, basically anything we think is comic book related. So sit back and get ready for your 5 minutes of comic book knowledge that will prepare you to step into your comic book shop this week.
Hi, I'm Nick, and here are headlines for the week of August 29th, 2007. We've got more of a normal-sized news for you this week, so let's start off with some movie news. The more we hear about the upcoming Incredible Hulk movie, the more we get excited. The casting changes certainly raised eyebrows, but star Edward Norton announced back at San Diego that he was writing the movie. Previously it was stated that Zach Penn wrote the script, but it appears that as a part of playing the starring role, Norton took a pass at the script. And speaking of multiples, IESB.net is reporting that there is a Justice League movie in the works, and the rumor is that Smallville's Tom Welling has been approached to play Superman. Just a rumor, but it's got the Smallville fans rumbling. Back in comics, there seems to be a few reprints in the wings. The Sinestro Corps War continues to impress and sell out. DC has announced that Green Lantern number 22 and Green Lantern Corps number 14 and 15 are going to a second print and should be available September 19th. Marvel announced a 24-hour sellout of the game tie-in Halo Uprising number 1. A second print featuring a sketch version of the first issue's cover is due out in late September. Top Cow has launched a Wanted mini-site. Top Cow originally published the series that is now in production as a feature film. Check out topcow.com/wanted for an in-depth look at the series and the latest news on the movie adaptation. Virgin Comics continues to diversify its release with an upcoming Dan Dare series, and classic British sci-fi character is set to debut in November, written by Garth Ennis. Back at Wizard World Philadelphia, Marvel announced that Terry Moore would be taking over the writing duties for Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane. We'll expect even more of a sales increase, as Marvel finally released the artist that would be joining Moore, Adrian Alfona. Artist of Brian K. Vaughan's run on Marvel's Runaways will be handling the art when the series restarts with a new #1 issue. We're wondering if the new #1 might launch the series to higher sales, much like the Runaways Volume 2 did.
Now, it's not a huge release week. August had 5 Wednesdays, so we've had a few mid-sized weeks. But there's still some good stuff to be had. DC in particular has a strong week with a very cool spin on Bizarro in Action Comics. Check out the Goons' Eric Powell take on the Man of Steel. Then get the definitive origin of Ra's al Ghul in Batman Annual number 26, which we're sure will lead into this October's Resurrection story. And the Countdown tie-in really starts to heat up with Countdown to Adventure number 1. Also be on the lookout for Four Horsemen number 1, a 52 Aftermath book. Amazon's Attack finishes up with number 6 and crosses over into Wonder Woman number 12. Teen Titans relaunches with number 50, and the Outsiders wrap up their 5-of-a-kind series with Grace and Wonder Woman. Last week, Marvel finally released Halo Uprising, and they followed up this week with a spotlight issue on Halo. And get a sneak peek at the upcoming One More Day story in the sketchbook when it hits this shelves this week. And Stan Lee has the last Fantastic Four story. I wonder if it involves zombies. Plus, we've got Avengers the Initiative number 5, Black Panther 30, Fantastic Four 549, and World War Hulk X-Men number 3. Outside of the big two, keep an eye open for American Virgin 18, Amory Wars number 3, 30 Days of Night, Evan and Stella number 4, Brit number 1, Conan 43. In fact, there seems to be a pretty good amount of non-Marvel DC this week. We've also got Hackslash number 4, Hellboy Darkness Calls number 5, Starship Troopers 4, Transformers Spotlight Optimus Prime, Usagi Yojimbo 105, and Wasteland 11. Wow, Walking Dead seems to be catching up. Issue 41 ships only a week after 40. Nice. Our non-comic pick of the week? The Women of the DC Universe Donna Troy bust should start hitting stores this week. The entire series has been excellent. It's a shame it's almost over. Our comic pick of the week? It's a no-brainer. Probably the coolest comic in the last few months finally premieres. Mice Templar. It's by Mike Oeming and Brian Glass. And number 1 is full-color double-sized issue for only $3.99. We've talked to the creators, we read an advanced copy, and Mice Templar is truly an epic. We have a full review coming up soon, but we'll tell you this right now. You better pick up a copy.
Alright, that's it for Variant Edition Tuesday this week.
But don't forget, we're preparing to attend the Baltimore Comic-Con September 8th and 9th.
Hell yeah, if you're a creator or publisher and would like to talk to us, let us know. Just send Kevin an email and we can set something up.
Yeah, we got some big plans for Baltimore. We went last year and I had a great time. It's a great con, and it's surprising how approachable some of the big-name creators are at that show.
And of course, later this week, Kevin should have something ready from last year's show.
Yeah, we attended the Harvey Awards while at the show, and we're going to give you a best-of look at the festivities.
It's last year's awards, but consider it a warm-up for this year's show.
Alright, but it's time to go. But before we go, don't forget to check out the Comics Podcast Network. It's a great source for some of the coolest comic book-related podcasts out there.
And as usual, watch after the credits for another promo from a show on that network.
Yep, don't forget, there are quite a few ways to watch us. iTunes, Vio, YouTube, and Google Video. And don't forget our new high-res feed from Blip TV. Or just go right to the source, VariantEdition.com, and watch us from our page.
That's it for Variant Edition Tuesday. See you next time. That's okay, because I tripped.
Welcome to Comic News Insider.
Brought to you by Dynamic Forces.
This is Michael Emerson from Lost.
Rosario Dawson.
Joss Whedon.
Darwin Cook.
With your host, Joe.
And Jimmy.
This is SpongeBob SquarePants.
John Castaneda. Jim Lee. Tim Sale.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee, and you're listening to Comic News Insider.
New episodes every Wednesday.
Check us out at comicnewsinsider.com.